In this devotional, I'm going to share with you 3 thoughts from Numbers chapter 11, verses 1 through 3, where I'm going to encourage you to reconsider your complaints. Numbers chapter 11, verses 1 through 3 says, "And the people complained in the hearing of the Lord about their misfortunes. And when the Lord heard it, his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed some outlying parts of the camp. Then the people cried out to Moses, and Moses prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. So the name of that place was called Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them." Everybody has a complaint, right? I mean, all of us who have experienced any suffering in this life, and that's everybody, I'm pretty sure, have some feeling that they are able to complain to God. Because of the various injustices that we experience in this life, we might be prompted to complain to the Lord because we don't feel like we're being treated fairly. We don't feel like justice is being done. We should be careful when we're tempted to do that. We should be careful because God, while at times will hear our complaint and give us relief, sometimes when he hears the complaint, even of his people, he responds with judgment. Here are 3 thoughts from Numbers chapter 11, verses 1 through 3. Thought number 1, the Lord hears them. The Lord hears every complaint that you make. The Lord is perfectly aware of all of the things that are making you unhappy, that you have to gripe about. He knows it. Not only does he know it, but there is a very real sense in which he has ordained your suffering to come to pass. So when we complain, not only does the Lord hear it, but he is hearing it in a sense as criticism. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the one who is criticizing the Lord, because oftentimes it doesn't turn out great for the folks who do that. Thought number 2, appreciate the Lord. Just think for a moment what was going on with the people of Israel when they make this complaint to God. The people of Israel had been enslaved for hundreds of years. The weight of their slavery was heavy. They were continually being given increasing amounts of work and having their own children slaughtered before their very eyes. This was their state in slavery. Things were not going well for them, and the Lord brought them up out of slavery. He was leading them to a place that he was going to give them. He was fulfilling the promise that he had made to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, and still the people complained. They failed to appreciate the good things that God was doing for them. And we should be careful to make sure that we are always very clear in our communication with God, that we appreciate all that he has done for us. Because just like Israel was brought up out of slavery in Egypt, we have been brought up from the slavery of sin through faith in Jesus Christ. Thought number 3, the Lord is merciful. And you might disagree with me on this, because let's face it, if you were on the outskirts of that camp, when the fire of the Lord spills out and begins burning it up, you probably aren't thinking that you're receiving a whole lot of mercy. After all, the wrath of God is coming down upon them. But look at what the Lord does. He relents from destroying all of these ungrateful, unappreciative people. People that he had saved from slavery, people that he had been miraculously feeding. They were whining and complaining, and the Lord doesn't kill them all. He allows the majority of them to remain unscathed. The Lord is merciful with the people of Israel, and in the same way, the Lord is merciful to us. We bring our various complaints to God. We whine about our different circumstances or our various perceived needs not being met, and yet the Lord doesn't consume us with fire. He allows us to continue to live, just as he did with Israel. And what we'll see as the book of Numbers continues is that so very often the people of God are unappreciative and don't value what the Lord is doing for them. But the Lord is faithful even while they are complaining. These three thoughts come to you from the assigned reading, Numbers chapters 9 through 12. If you'd like to read through the Bible with me, you can do so by joining the Facebook group Through the Bible, where we are reading the text of Scripture together.